What is up, scent heads, smell beast, and frag freaks? It's your boy. My name is Mega Dave, and today we're smelling a nameless niche. That's coming up next, and this is Mega Dave's Faves. Yo, what is good, Fave fam? For everybody returning, I want to say thank you so much for being a Favy baby. If this is your first time here, welcome. As I said before, my name's Mega Dave. This is my channel, Eau So Fraiche, and this is my series, Mega Dave's Faves. I do reviews on fragrances that I absolutely love, and I hope that you love them too. If you do, give me 2 huge, fresh thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoy the content, and also, think about subscribing. Really means a lot, and hit me real good down on my notification bell. That lets you know when I'm uploading new content, because who knows, it could be your favorite fragrance that I review next. And today is a banger. I know a lot of people say that. I literally mean it today. We got a fragrance that has shook up the fragrance world, and it probably did it on accident. Some weird tragedy happened. It's with a very famous house, a niche house that gets a lot of love. It's going to get some more today. The fragrance that I'm referring to is by mega superstar house Parfums De Marly. You guys already know which one it is. Sutton. Or Epsom, or right now, it's absolutely nameless. It's pulled off of their site. It was literally up for one single day. Some snafu that happened from another house. Bond number 9 apparently has the rights to Sutton Place, and for some reason, Parfums De Marly didn't check it, and they pulled it off the shelves. Then it was renamed Epsom. I think a couple of people got it in Epsom, and now it's nothing. It's pulled off of the site, so as of right now, it is not available. I do suspect that it's going to be making a comeback. It'll have a different name. The bottle will stay the same. The only difference will change. The name on the bottom, as people know with the Parfums De Marlys, they're smart, at least they don't have to remake all the bottles, just labels and boxes. But the bottom sticker is the only thing that actually says Sutton. So they can save the juice, thank God. They can save the bottle, thank God. But unfortunately, the name, Sutton, she gone. Epsom, terrible name, she gone. So I'm not exactly sure what the name will be. As of right now, Sutton, Epsom, question mark, just like Prince back in the day, it was just a symbol. Right now, this is just a symbol. Because of the whole weird stuff around it, I'm sure this bottle and everybody else that was lucky enough to get their hands on it is probably going to become a collector's item, because obviously it won't be called this anymore. Definitely glad I was able to get it. Now, let me shut up and get to why you guys all came here and get to the scent breakdown. All right, I got my Parfums De Marly symbol, Sutton, Epsom. Don't know what to call it. I'm just going to call it Sutton for now. Obviously, if you're watching this way later, it's going to be called something different. As of right now, I don't know. So I got my Parfums De Marly, the green bottle, and I got my skin. This ain't going on no paper. It's a very nice fragrance. It's going straight to skin. Boom. Parfums De Marly, baby. They do it right every time. All right, so to my nose, this opens up with a very nice little citrus. It's some Sicilian bergamot. There's a little green touch to it. Also, speaking of green, we got a juicy, tart green apple in here. Very present, very upfront. That's kind of like the main accord. And then also something very surprising that you normally don't see way up in the beginning. This smooth cashmere wood. It's just so smooth. It's really changing this fragrance, and it really appeases my nostril piece here, because I'm just not used to having it up so quick right in the front. So it's just kind of wrapping around the citrus and the apple there, and really causing this thing to be something that you were not expecting, and it's going to change from what you thought it was going to be. All right. As we get to the mid, this thing changes again. So you have that bright opening, very, very pleasant, very nice. But to me, the mid and the dry down are so much more spectacular. We have this weird fruity accord that's inside of it. And apparently it's a note that I've never heard of, and I've been dealing with scents for a long time. It's called Pomerose. Apparently it has this fruity accord of apple and plum and dried fruits inside of it. And you can pick it all up, and it's so sweet, and it's very well done, and it smells, even though it is synthetic, it is very, very high quality. To the nose, I expect Parfums De Marly to bring heat and bring thunder. They did again with this fragrance that has no name, the name of which we do not speak of. Also, something else that's up here as well with that fruit is mixed in, a little bit of woods, and that carries us down to the base where things get even more interesting. All right, as always, I wear all my stuff. This is my daily driver today, and it may become a daily driver more often because it is very, very nice. But dried down, this thing, musk heavy. That's all I can say for it. It is extremely strong musk. It is very well done. It is ones that you're going to be very familiar with if you've had any experience with Galloway and Percival and Settley and Leighton and any of those. It's going to be a musk that's similar like that. Very strong, very forward, very sweet, a little bit of freshness, has some petitgrain up in here. Very, very well done. It's very clean, but it also has a little bit of a little woody base and some oak moss that you can smell. It's very good and really delivers that Vifragra really, really deep up in this fragrance, because this thing really shocked me because I was not anticipating this to be a block rocker like it is. And it is completely blowed out my expectations of longevity for a niche especially. Now, Parfums De Marly already pretty decent on my skin, but I was not expecting the longevity that I got from this, especially for what would be considered a fresh fragrance. This thing just goes and goes. All right, so speaking of who, what, when, where, how, why, all that, who can wear this? I do think this is a beautiful, beautiful unisex fragrance. It does have just a slight nod on the dry down in the mid for masculine, a little bit of oak moss, but there's nothing really overly masculinized in this thing. It is very well done. That fruity accord in the beginning and towards the mid is going to be mass pleaser for both. So I do think this is a gorgeous unisex fragrance. It is really going to increase the versatility. Now, where to wear this thing? I think this can be your daily driver. I think you can wear this out shopping anytime that you want to put it on. Wear it to the office, go a little bit lighter on the trigger, and I'll get to that in a minute. But it can go in anywhere. Where to wear it, how to wear it, and all of that. So I think this is designed for summer. I don't know about direct sun. Maybe this isn't the best beach fragrance to be 150 degrees on you, just radiating down. But summertime, sure. Nighttime, sure. Springtime, absolutely. Fall, of course. Now, depending where you live in the United States, southern half, hot climates, you're gonna be able to use this every single day. And I'm jelly of you because I love this fragrance. Now, I do think though, even with the winter times and the really cold and bitter, the base on this is so powerful and really deep and pushes. I think it could probably cut through, especially if you're in climate controlled. If you're going from your house to your car to your office or wherever for very short spurts, you're gonna be able to use this just fine. It is very strong. Maybe over apply 1 or 2 extra sprays, and you could probably use this almost any time, to be honest with you. All right, now, how to wear it. Me, the first day, I screwed up real bad. I put on 5 sprays, way too many. Now, in the beginning and the mid, it's gonna really surprise you because you're gonna think it's not as strong as it is. And it does have very good projection, which I'm gonna get to, but I put on the 5 sprays. I don't think that's necessary. Perhaps in the colder weathers, fall time, maybe you can go 5 sprays. But right now, in the temperatures that we have, I think 3 to 4 is gonna be just plenty. I put 1 behind each ear, can put 1 here, 1 on the wrist, give it the old dab. Just 1 dab. If you double dab it, you're over dabbing, and don't be a double dabber, okay? No one likes a double dabber. But I do think 3 or 4 sprays is perfect for this fragrance, especially right now in the summer. When this thing warms up, it's just gonna be pumping out like you cut your jugular and just spraying out. So that's something I did notice with this. Whatever aroma chemicals are in here, as you warm up, as you heat up, boom, it reinvigorates that projection. You're smelling it. That sillage is just pushing out, and it is very, very subtly powerful when I didn't think this was going to be powerful. And not subtly. It's another fragrance by them from this same line, but it's just a wordplay. Anyway, let's get back to it. All right, now for performance, if you wear it as I suggested, you're going to get 10 plus hours. Just on me. Now, clothing, gonna go even further. I'm talking about on skin, what you could actually pick up is gonna be 10 plus. This is not a joke. So the first day I got it, of course, super excited. I got home from work outside, burning hot, going sweaty, oily skin. I'm Hispanic, yeah, no. But put it on, just a quick test, right? Smelled it, it's like, oh, nothing special. It's gonna probably be a little 7-hour piece. Woke up the next morning, could still smell it. Went about my day a little bit later, faint, but could still pick it up. And this is like 14 hours later. Now, it ain't pushing out, it ain't doing none of that, but I could still put my nose to my skin and pick it up and know that it was that fragrance. That's how strong this is. So this is going to really take off on certain people's skin. Probably going to be way, way longer than that 10 hours, but this is a beast mode fragrance. 2.5 hours of push, especially in the beginning. When it heats up, pushes even more. So this is going to be an incredible hot weather fragrance that a lot of people are going to talk about. Now, originality, that's something different. We're going to get to it in the fresh score. But as far as the performance on this thing, it is stellar. But we got that out of the way. Now let's get to that fresh score. All right, as always on the fresh score, I have certain categories that we do with a max of 35 points. Those categories are packaging, sprayer, originality, performance, value, versatility, and the big boy, compliments. All right, so to start out, packaging. You guys know I'm not a huge proponent of packaging, but I'm just gonna show you what they gave out. So I've already deboxed this thing, assuming that's the word I'm going for. Box itself, just cardboard. It kind of gives off a little bit of that Creed Aventus-ish vibe. It has a little card with their info, just a plain box. It's nicely done. It's definitely a good touch if you want to put on your shelf, whatever. I'm definitely going to keep this because it's going to be a collector's item, but you know, so it's not nothing out of the ordinary where you're like, oh, it blowing my mind, but it's really solid. The bottle itself, traditional clear glass on this one, just like the Settly, the hot weather ones, you know, super, super thick glass. It's very good, you know, nothing out of the ordinary, but looks great. Stacks extremely well next to the other Parfums De Marlys or other fragrances in your collection. Just on that shelf, looks gorgeous. So, you know, it's well done. And the fine little touches they did, of course, just like all the rest of the companies, they put some samples. If you've ordered from Parfums De Marly, you always get a little satin. And just like always, a little piece de resistance, you get a little letter made out to you. You know, nice little touch, especially for a company this large. I know they have a lot of employees, but just those little touches just make it just that much more special, that much more of an experience where you're just buying a bottle and you're like, oh, there you go, bottle, cool. You're still happy either way. Probably won't keep this. It's not like it's signed from the actual perfumer, but still nice touch. So for packaging, overall, 4 points. All right, now getting into the sprayer. Sprayer, I think, is extremely important for fragrances. If you guys have watched any of my channel, you know I'm a big, big fiend for a good sprayer. If this atomizer is pushing, this thing gonna do what it needs to do. So that bottle actually pretty damn secure. So taking the sprayer into account, very nice. Has a very, very good push. Not super duper wide, but it puts it where you want so you can kind of direct this thing exactly, man. That smell though, but it can put it where you want it to, so it's not going to hit you in this whole general direction. If you want to put it just here, you can put it just there. If you want to hit just that pressure point, it's going to do just that. So this sprayer, 4 points. All right, taking into originality. Originality on this thing, at first I'm thinking like you do pick up, especially when it dries down, you get a lot of this little latent-esque and you get a little bit of the settliness from the musk, but also in the front, a little touch of the Galloway, the citrus is in there. But this is a unique fragrance. It has this cashmere that's in there that's just a little casual. It's just like, oh, cashmere. Nothing to see here. I'm just changing everything about a fragrance, especially a freshie that you think is going to be just citruses and apples, which it could have been that route. It's kind of like taking, if you can imagine in your brain, taking a latent, stripping down some of the cold weather stuff, adding a little bit more of the citrus, put that cashmere way to the top, put a very nice bright fresh musk, a little bit of petitgrain to keep things clean. That's kind of what you got here. So for originality, and even though I've already gave a couple 4s, I'm giving another 4 because that's exactly what this is. Well above average, very good. Originality, people are gonna know it's this fragrance. If they smell it, they're gonna smell this fragrance and not something else, even though you may get little tinges. Otherwise, I would give it a little bit higher. I think 4 is perfect. All right, for performance, I've already mentioned it a little bit. I think that is the best thing going for this fragrance. It is strong, and I mean strong, double-fisted strong. So performance, 5 points, perfect. It is very powerful. Everybody that gets it is going to enjoy the longevity of this. I know it can't just be me that it lasts on. Things don't tend to last that long. This lasts longer than latent on my skin right now. All right, as of recording, for value, I can't really tell you what it's gonna be when it comes back. When I purchased this bottle, was $210 US. I'm sure when it gets re-released with an actual name, because right now she a nameless baby, it'll probably be the same price. And then just like always, as it goes down to the gray market, the price is probably gonna get around 160, 150, somewhere in there. So for right now, with the value that I have, for the amount, with the power, with the originality, taking all of that into account, the value, it's a 4. It has to be. It is above average. It is worth the money that you got. Now, it isn't the best value in the game, but it's very solid for the price, for the quality, for the name, to have all of this, to sit on your shit, like everything together. 4 points is very, very fair. All right, up next, versatility. Where can you wear it? I mentioned it before. Spring, summer, fall, depending where you live, you can put this anytime. So you guys may put it as a 5 if you live down south. And I do think because of how strong it is and that good solid base that it has, it is extremely versatile. And for that reason, 4.5 points. All right, getting into the heavy puncher, compliments. Compliments on this are extremely well, especially from mid to dry down. The opening, even more incredible. A lot of people are going to be in love with it, but that musk is just going to push out for a very long time. The dry down is going to stay with you. You're going to enjoy it. Everybody else is going to have no choice but to smell it. I think this is unique enough to where they're not going to think that it's something else. They're going to smell that particular fragrance, and it's a nice fragrance. It smells fantastic. Compliments on this, very, very good. 4.5 points. All right, I had my little monkey do a couple numbers, little abacus, if you will, and we got 30 points. Very, very good outing. I didn't expect much less from Parfums De Marly. They do extremely well. I think most of their stuff is very top tier. It has definitely solidified them as one of the better niche houses in the game. I was super excited to get this. This came out quick, snatched it up. Very glad I did, because now people are waiting. They're so sad, but that's what it is. It's an amazing fragrance. I hope that it comes back really soon so people can try to experience this. I know a small amount of people were able to get it, so salute those that didn't. I'm so sorry, but it will come back. Different name. I'm not exactly sure what it is for right now. I'm just gonna call it Snafu because I don't know. But for this amazing Parfums De Marly fragrance, that's all I have. Till I come to you again, I want to thank you so much. I ask that you continue to be blessed and stay fresh.